Hi, my name is Camara and I'm with Healthy Sense of Self. I'm going to be doing a series of videos to explain Healthy Sense of Self to you and how our method helps people overcome depression and anxiety and a whole host of other problems. I thought it would be best if I introduce myself to you so that you know that I'm coming from a place of understanding and compassion. I'm a mother, an environmental advocate, an entrepreneur, and a sense of self support coach. I became a mother early. I was only 21 when my daughter was born. I withdrew from my first year of university to start my family because I knew that family was the most important thing to me. I grew up in a very dysfunctional family dynamic. My parents' divorce when I was 3 years old strongly affected my relationship with both of them. I felt abandoned and alone and completely unseen and unheard. In my life, I've experienced things that could be straight out of a horror movie, like sexual, verbal, and psychological abuse when I was a teenager. I lost my virginity to date rape when I was 15. My mother died, and I spent 2 years at a boarding school in Idaho where they abused us. The school was shut down for institutional abuse shortly after I left. So, if we fast forward to after my daughter was born, it seemed like life was getting back on track. I went back to college and got a diploma in environmental science technology. And then my partner and I moved to the area of the country that we wanted to live in, and we decided to have another baby. Only our baby was born with a terminal brain disease, and she died after losing all of her abilities and her ability to breathe. For 2 years, I was her palliative care nurse, and I did my best to ease her suffering and make her life meaningful. Anyone I've told my story to has said, "Holy crap, Camara, that is a lot of stuff to go through." And it really was. I struggled desperately with depression and anxiety and despair. I've been to the pit of hell, a total existential crisis where I didn't even know if I wanted to live anymore. But I pulled myself out of it just enough to reach out for help. And I've worked with some great therapists and medical professionals. I've tried all sorts of things that are supposed to help people overcome depression and anxiety. But it wasn't until I found Healthy Sense of Self and started reading Antonetta Vogel's work that I truly understood what lay at the core of my despair. And it was that I experienced developmental trauma in childhood, and I didn't develop a strong sense of self. Reading her books, these ones, were really fascinating. It seemed to me like a light bulb suddenly went off in my brain and started to illuminate areas of my psyche that I didn't know existed. I finally knew why I did the things I did, and I could repattern my thinking and recondition myself. I found out that I could take my life back and heal myself of the constant depression and anxiety. Now, I feel more amazing now than I ever have in my life, so much more clear, and I love helping other people achieve the same. So what is a sense of self, and how can it be impacting your life? Join me in the rest of the videos and I'll tell you more about it. Wishing you a healthy sense of self. Namaste.